Welcome to the Instruments of Truth meeting. This is a new start for us, and so what happens here, we have to discover for ourselves. But the start of it is coming from a desire to share, and that has taken on like. I jumped on that idea because I love the idea. I discover for myself the incredible power, in fact, that is in sharing, in teaching, in demonstrating, in whatever way you express yourself. Seeing that there's so much joy in that and remembrance for yourself when you do so. So we want to come to the place where that feels safe enough that you can do that, and not you have to do that in this class, but it is like an invitation. Suddenly you feel, oh yeah, what do I got to lose? I'm just gonna share or whatever, and yeah, we're not gonna do that right away. So that's why I try to slow down myself because I get a bit excited. I want to do everything at once, and I don't think that's a good idea. So. So I put on the eRehab website a little part from Joel where he shares something about being an instrument. I'm going to take a look at that with you for a moment. And then there's also, and I want to start with that right away, there's a prayer that I would love to share just to come into, a meditative state if you want, or coming into presence, into relaxation for yourself, that you see that, yes, I'm present here. There's not anything else going on. Like I'm free of the concerns of the world right now. I don't have to be concerned with that. We do not do anything with that right now. Or the concerns about my life, or the concerns about who knows who. All this we leave for a moment to give ourselves a bit of rest and relaxation, and a bit, it's like there's a possibility to expand your mind, to feel that expansion happening while you start to relax, seeing that there's suddenly more space for your spiritual nature to come into your awareness. So we call this meditation. I'm just saying it for how it is for me. And so the prayer that I want to use, in fact, to enhance the depth of that experience, is coming from Joel in the book Consciousness is What I Am, and it's a very short prayer, so I'll share it with you. I live in the now. Now. I open the door of my consciousness. Now I admit the Christ, the presence of God, into my consciousness. And I let that work in me as I go about my daily task, as I go about in this class. It's like, I admit the Christ. Yes, and that is, I don't know how that will be for me. I don't know what that is. I recognize it when it happens, but so I allow that Christ to come to me. I'm opening my mind. I'm letting concern slip away and become present. And I don't forget to breathe. Like, I can relax now in this moment. I can relax. So coming closer to the present moment. So I'm, feeling whatever you go through, feel what you go through when you hear this, or when you say this to yourself, like, I'm in the now. I allow the Christ to enter into my consciousness, and I allow God to be present here, and in my experience of myself, and start to listen to what it says, and follow the impulses I get from that expansion. So in the meantime, whatever comes up in your awareness, you let it go as thoughts and as emotions. You let them pass through and come to this deep and still place inside yourself. So you might want to close your eyes to make it easier for yourself. Like you don't even need your perception with it either. So hey, you're here. And you made it. This is your moment for yourself to enter deeply into your stillness, to enter deeply into what is real, to share together a real moment, and to become aware that there's one of us, not many of us. No, there's one of us. Yeah, see that, there it goes. Yeah, and that's what you could call a miracle, right? A moment ago you were concerned and now that's out the door, it's gone. You don't need it, you cannot use it at all right now. You cannot use it. There's nothing, you don't need to do anything with whatever is here. It does you, it does something with you. Not to make something better in the future, not to use for personal use, not any of that. No, it's just present here. This is it. This is where that is, and this is how that looks. And that is all. Like there's no other thing. And there's nobody outside of you. There's nobody outside of this. This is the only occurrence. So I'll try to be still and come into this quiet space with you. I'll just stop talking now. And so trust the way that your body is moving, and like I said, don't forget to breathe deeply into your belly. And let the air come out again, or release whatever you can. So this is great, thank you. That's lovely. So entering into this, what we're letting ourselves into in terms of instruments of truth is like, how am I an instrument of truth? How does that work? How does that look for me? What is that? How is that supposed to look? And then you will get answers when you ask that for yourself, and maybe you have been thinking about it in the last couple of days. Like, okay, how does that look? How does it work already in my life? And see, there's the real gift is in that, by you discovering it for yourself, what is given you. Like you have all the gifts already. It is just that you have to use your awareness, or let it come into your awareness that you have received it. And that's a very interesting thing, a phenomena, if you want. It's a very interesting idea, because it is like you cannot believe that everything is just given you. It's difficult to, as a human being especially, it's difficult to grasp what it means that you have all the gifts already. Like you literally carry with you a whole storehouse of healing, of miracles, of all that. You carry that, no, not even carrying, it's going with you wherever you go. And it is an integral part of you. And so it is like step by step we start to unwrap some of these gifts. You listen to a video, and like suddenly you hear something like, oh my God, how beautiful is that? That couldn't be said better. And then it's like actually you start to recognize that you were able to receive that. It was already a gift given to you, but suddenly, whoosh, there it is in your awareness. That makes it an experience for you, and one that you in fact extend because you have received it. So this is with everything that's occurring, and you notice, like everything that you hear with a capital H, like hear in a true sense, you cannot not hear. So it's like a revelation to you. It's an opening to you. Everything that you hear is an opening to you. Then you cannot fool yourself that you didn't hear it. And you recognize this. I know that. So this is what we use too. Like in order for you to become aware of the gifts that you have received, you actually are starting to give them away. And that's also an interesting idea. To who are you giving? You know, to who are you giving? Why would you want to give your gifts away? You might lose them by doing so, right? In the world it looks like that. Like if you give your gift away, it's gone. It's, yeah. Then you don't have it. You maybe have a memory of the pleasure of giving it, but the gift itself is gone. And here in our spiritual development, in our spiritual process, it is the other way around. So by you giving it, you actually start to remember it for yourself, and it becomes real to you in your awareness, and at the same time that of your brother. So it's like, wow, that's a win-win situation, big time. You know, so you give your gift, you still have the gift, and you share it with your brother at the same time. He can do that too. So you can see that as, okay, you shine your light, and the light is igniting other lights. So you remember it in your brother, you remember it for everyone. In fact, you radiate this throughout the universe. But the universe is also your awareness. So you shine it through all the way through your awareness. So now, this you might accept altogether. It's like, yeah, that sounds reasonable, right? Yeah, I know what you're saying. So the next step is then, what is preventing me from doing that? Why am I not demonstrating it, giving this away all the time? When I'm concerned, I'm not giving it away. I'm contracting. I'm making it to something that is, you're actually starting to become fearful. That's not extending. That is contracting. So what is preventing you from actually extending this, from just radiating this continuously? Like, why would you want to stop with that? Well, there's a reason. There's a reason that you do that. And so this class, in that sense, is designed for, I wrote it down in the website, like getting the taste of giving away, how full of joy that is, but also releasing the fear of doing so gives you a whole new freedom, and that's really like igniting your your light, your fire in your awareness for yourself. You start to recognize that this is giving you. So this is essential. But like I said, what is preventing you from doing this? And then we come to, how do I see myself? So how do I present myself? How do I see myself? See, it all depends on how you identify yourself. In fact, everything comes down to that. If you have Christ fully in your awareness, where we prayed for in the prayer where we started the class with, if you are fully aware of your Christ mind, you would have no hesitation to give yourself away. And you have that fully in your awareness, and you radiate that all with no reservation. So if you have a different idea about who you are, it will go differently. And then that's the process where we're in the middle of, in fact, we're in the middle of that process of, say, discovering what is preventing us from allowing Christ mind to be our only mind, so to speak, our one only mind. And so then you come into the place of where is it actually that I am afraid? You know, where am I afraid of what is going on? Where am I afraid of expressing myself? And where does that actually come from? Well, I did some research. So it has, of course, to do with, and I have some experiences too, like it has to do, of course, with your definition of yourself, and which is something you use in your, say, identification of yourself on a daily basis. You use that as your personality, as your, that what you do, that what you think you are, and all that. And you try to function like that thing. But you also have ideas about yourself, so you're shaping your image, so to speak, continuously. Oh, I'm not so good at that. Oh, I really shouldn't do that. Oh, my nose is to this, or my ears are to that, or my hair is to this. This is not the day for that, because, well, you know, you have a reason, you have an idea about how things work in your life. And so you're adapting your self-image, in fact. And forget about the constancy that's in you. So, in other words, and now I get to some kind of conclusion, like, absolutely, you have an idea about yourself. You see yourself through your eyes, through perception. You perceive yourself in a certain way. And you really think that that is you. And that's where the trouble starts, in fact, especially with expressing yourself. Like you're not so convinced about the idea if you're perfect, or if you were created perfect, you wouldn't have no idea how that would feel or do. So you use your say self-concept, you use your self-judgment to guide you about how you can adapt, how you can fix, how you can develop. You have a plan for yourself how to develop. And so coming from the other side, from your true side, in fact, from the true self that you are, from your Christ mind, if you want, you know that as a Christ you were created perfectly by your Father. Like this perfection is continuous. It is, say, being born in every moment, in every now. It is born again. It is brand new. It is fresh. It is new. It has no start. It has no beginning. It is life itself. It's a living principle. It is free of any kind of limitation. It is completely loving. It is created by love. It extends itself naturally. And so this concept with a capital C of yourself, this creation that you are in your true essence, in your Christ mind, is to accept it for yourself, coming from your human part of yourself, a bit scary. Because, see, here's one thing, and that's what I said, like I did a bit of research. It's hard. It is hard for you to accept a God, and that doesn't punish, that doesn't judge, that knows you as itself. It's like not having a judgment over you. That's huge. You know, it's like, well, in many religions it is being pounded in how a judging God you will have to face one day. You know, it's like, ooh, the scary moment of truth. So that it is deep in our genes, literally in our genetics, in our body. The whole idea of being judged, being not good enough, being, say, uncertain about yourself, not seeing yourself as perfectly created, and all this, like a whole set of appointments with your shrink or who knows what, like all kinds of definitions are thrown at you to confirm you're not perfect as you were created. Peace to such foolishness, we say then. Peace to such foolishness. This is not it. This is not it. This is not going to help you. Now, so to come to the place where you actually are face to face with a whole loving God, and that needs a bit of I could say, like, preparation. So I'm not asking that of you now in this moment to completely step into that. You can if you want to, but it's like I said, it needs some preparation. So now we come to this setup here in class. It's like the way that we deal with one another here, when anyone is expressing him or herself in exactly the way that anyone does, we come in our response, just as in our sharing, from this place where you actually allow this Christ mind to speak through you, not of judgment, not of I'm not good at this, not of, no, confirming your true identity. I am created by love. I and my Father are one. And I'm eternal. I'm eternally His Son. I'm omnipresent. I'm, whatever comes up. I'm here. I'm now. So in our response to our brother, who is doing this, who is expressing himself, even if he's quiet or whatever, it really does not matter. You don't have to use words, is what I mean. But it is about what you share. You feel like, first you want to feel what you are sharing, what you're going to share, what words come up. But you want to feel this connectedness. You want to feel that, seeing that there's a total support and that the certainty starts to speak through you. Not to make it difficult, really to make it easy. So get out of the way any kind of idea that you hold about yourself in doing so. It's like, no, I don't have to express that. No, there's no description of me. I don't need to define myself at all. What I am speaks of itself. I express that through my beingness. It's happening right now. So this is like the intention or the possibility here in sharing in class. And that's whatever it is for you, how much you used to doing that, or how you feel it in the moment, like, I love to do this, or no words are coming, and you still stay right there just for a moment just to feel what you feel and not run away from it, just to go through something here and extend in that, like, well, I don't have to defend myself, I don't have to explain myself. So it's like there's a whole list I don't have to do. I'm just allowing myself to expose myself like this and see what happens. So this is, for the ones in class, the way that we're going to do this, to at least try to do it this way and give it a shot, so to speak. So coming back to the idea of sharing the gifts that you have received, it is great too, and this was one of the sentences that a teacher of mine always told me, and this is really helpful. It is like, protect everything you value. Protect everything you value by the act of giving it away. Like, you want to give it away in order to keep it. You don't want to hold it to yourself. Things become dark when you do so. No, you extend this, whatever comes to you. Like, what comes to you in your experience of connectedness, of joy and happiness, of gratitude suddenly, or a moment of grace. Like, yes, expand, express, enjoy. So you want to share what you value. And by that, by giving your gifts away continuously, it's like, no, here you can you can have it, and not material gifts, but the gifts that you have received for yourself. Give it away, and you see people do this too on YouTube. Like, they give a comment like, "Oh my God, that was so great! What was shared." It's like, yes, here in that you give it away. That's one modern way of giving it away. However that can be done. It's like, however, there are so many ways of expressing this. You can be very still and express it completely. You can, there will be a form that comes to you and exactly right for you. But keep in mind, I have nothing to lose. I'm only giving to myself, in fact, and we come back to that in another class too. It's like, you only give to yourself. Because there's one consciousness, and that's you. It is happening here, and this is the way, in fact, we bring each other home. This is the way that you remember that there is no defense necessary. There's nothing to be afraid of. This is the way you go beyond your fear, and beyond your perception, and beyond your idea about yourself. You let yourself express itself. It's really lovely. So I totally enjoy this doing. It's like, whatever I have to go through, it might feel like like dying for a second. Okay, so then I experience that. That's all right. I can express myself in any way. It really does not matter, because there's nobody's judging. Especially your creator. It's like absolutely free of judgment, a whole loving Father. Hey, what you got to lose? So that's really good to realize too. Like, you've nothing to lose. So it even sounds like encouraging, doesn't it? So I hope you're all ready for some sharing, and let's see how this continues, how we do this. So thank you for your attention for this part, and I'll continue with the participants in class. Thank you.